Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Monza. My name, as per usual, is your beautiful host, Mr. EvilDragonxxl, and joining me today, I have two commentators. Normally I have one or zero. It's a complicated situation. Today I have two, and they'll introduce themselves now in some order.
I'm Travis. I guess I'm the sideline guy, like Jensen Button, but you know, not as handsome or skilled of a driver.
Indeed, and thank you to our two expert co-coms here for introducing themselves. Now today we are racing at the beautiful Autodromo Nazionale di Monza, situated in Italy. Sounds Italian, because it is Italian. The Temple of Speed is often called, built in 1922. One of the oldest purpose-built racing circuits, in fact the oldest in Europe. Of course, currently still active. The oldest, of course, originally being Brooklands, but that's not really there anymore. So it's this place. Any other circuit that's older, of course, is in America, and that is the old Oval. It's the old Indianapolis 500 circuit, which is slightly more older by 11 years, which puts it the oldest circuit in the world. Funny enough, that's purpose built. But right now, we've got F1 cars, not Indy cars, and so far we're just coming to the end of Q2, and it's Freddie 2 Real who's on currently provisional pole of so far of Q2, and the only one who's set lapped him, so he's on pole for Q2. But now we're going to Q3. Well, Q2 of course, and well, there we go, 12 minutes to go in Q3 now starting. It just popped up saying that lap 1 of 14. I was like, hang on a minute, that's not right. So, your top 10 shootout day, and you gotta say, it looks all promising though, for some drivers more than others. Indeed, McLaren looking extremely comfortable up front so far then. They're going to look down for the rest of the field though. You've got both the Mercedes, you've got the Don in third so far and his teammate in 6th position. Now you've got to wonder, Mercedes, they'll likely work together here in qualifying, likewise the McLarens, because they have a team pair and the only two teams as double teams in the top of the order.
The two racing points aren't together either.
Yep, so that is Freddie getting on with it then to his teammate Brarian down the back lane, so in 10th position and 5th. The question is, of course, who's going to be getting that tow? And I reckon we're going to see quite a few drivers tow around here. We saw it in the Royal Life Italian Grand Prix, so we're most likely going to see it today. Towing around here, always the popular thing. However, I like Real Life. I reckon these drivers might spread themselves out a little bit more. Indeed it will. So far, first to start their lap time, that will be Vic in 7th position in the beautifully aforementioned Williams Racing, of course. This race in real life marked the end of an era for Williams, of course. Claire and Sir Frank Williams stepping down from the Formula 1 team, so of course we say solitude for the team, of course. They basically lost their identity, which is a real shame. Hopefully the new owners, whoever they will be, can provide some good stuff. And it'll be a very odd choice if they decide to break that Mercedes program, of course. But meanwhile, first lap time on the board, and that will be of the Williams. Let's see, is it Sunshine and Rainbows? Well, so far the Rainbows is, and 1:19.7. Now the second drive to cross the line, that looks to be Devil, I think, just coming out the pit lane. So it'll be NJ. Crosses the line. Where does he go? So far was a invalid lap time. So now we look down. So MFC's gone up to third position. Now we're waiting for the McLaren and the second Mercedes. Let's see. And Free goes up to second. What about Freddie? Where does he go? He goes up to second as well. Puts himself a 1:20.2, but quicker. 1:19.6. And that is for Breen then. So far, quickest in the session. And by just over a tenth and a half. But even quicker than that goes the Red Bull. 1:19.2. Puts himself 4 and a bit tenths quicker up the road. And now we're just waiting for the 9th position driver, that of UC, to cross the line. Where does he go? Puts himself up in 7th. And yeah, Racing Point off the road. He's pulled off. Now is that damage on the front end of that car? Doesn't appear to be so. No, damage on the front wing then. Both right and left end plate completely shattered, so he's spun it somewhere. Indeed, well, it was up in Q2, sitting around about that low 19s. Now they're in the mid 19s. Let's see. NJ, he goes 9th. Indeed, well, we're just waiting, of course, for the drivers all coming into the pit lane. Then for the first of probably 2 main flying laps, of course, they'll be doing. We'll see. We'll probably have a minute or 2 wait, and then they'll be back out on circuit. Sometimes you might get a 3rd flying lap in if you're lucky, but I feel today motor drivers are going to go just for the 2 flying laps around the circuit. Indeed, it very much will be. Now, as he'll come in the pit lane, a few moments to sit down, a few moments to relax, and it is young Chazar then by a comfortable margin. On provisional pole, however, never say never. The Haas on another lap, it looks like then. He's 6 tenths down in the first sector. It's Yellow's, that is for the Racing Point, I believe, just up the road. So, Yellow's down there. Let's see, is he going to improve? We'll find the big moment in the second sector. He's running low on ERS, so whatever it is, it doesn't look like he'll be improving. Yeah, 9 tenths down, so that's his lap over. He gets past the Racing Point, and I imagine he'll be coming straight in that pit lane. Indeed, well, we'll find out, of course. Well, he's coming at the pits on this lap. Indeed, in he comes on cue, as out comes the Mercedes. We always got to look forward though, seeing what they can do. Now, so far, Mercedes are 7th, 8th, not too bad, not too unrespectable lap times either, pretty decent lap times, 1:20.5, 1:20.7 respectively. They put themselves, however, almost, 1.2 seconds off of pole position so far, almost a second off of second position, so it's got to be a long ordeal if this is the pace, their maximum pace. You do. Well, the first of the McLarens to cross the line. That'll be Freddie. His teammate just, I think, still in the pit then. Yes, he is. So, no sign of coming out just yet. They're waiting a little bit longer then. I reckon until there's about 2 minutes to go. This will probably then just be a mad dash of the line. So these drivers here are 7 lap times. They might get 1 more lap in after this. if they come in and back out, but it'll be very close, however. So anything can say anything, but so far let's go on board with the Mercedes of Fricolvia then. He's so far 7th position, doing an okay job. Now needs to find 1.3 seconds, give or take a few tenths of a second, coming down to the Rogier chicane then. Nice and smooth through here, take about 3rd gear on the exit. A little bit over the curves, too wide through the entrance, however that might cost him a little bit of time, that through Lesmo 1 and 2. Nice and smooth through that 6th gear, down into 5th gear, Rackabound down into here, sometimes down to 4th again. Really scrubbing off a little bit too much speed, doesn't seem too smooth on the turn end, so definitely a bit of struggling down into those Lesmos, wasn't the most smoothest. What about down into Ascari? So far 2 turns down on his overall lap time, 2 turns in that as well on the exit, build the revs back up then, so not the most smooth lap time for the Mercedes driver, but let's see where he can put him. Meanwhile, 6th place then, 3 goes improved then by 4, it's under 5 tenths of a second, so was down 2 tenths, up 5 in the last sector, so very good lap time for him. 2 minutes to go in qualifying, so if they're going to get another lap in, they're going to actually come in ASAP and then go straight back out, because it's going to be very close. McLaren sector 1 purple.
10.5 up.
And Silo for Lesmo 1 and 2. This is the place where he was struggling last time out. Nice and smooth this time around. 4th gear up to 5th, into 6th, then back down into around about 5th gear. Then nice and smooth through the exit. The car run out wide. And then look up ahead. You're probably looking at all the traffic up the road, wondering, hopefully giving me a bit of a tow potentially. As now they come down into Ascari. This needs to be perfect. 6 tenths of a second up on his lap time through the exit of Ascari. Bit of a wobble on the rear end. The McLaren looks planted, however. Orange and black helmet in the orange, blue and black McLaren. Let's see then. He's getting a toe up the head. Should be around about an 18.4 potentially if he gets everything hooked up. Comes to the line. It's just going to be a 19.5 actually. So does put him second. Lost a lot of time, however, in that last sector. Well, let's see his teammate up by a tenth of a second. He's purple in the second sector as well then. So both the McLarens starting to come alive then. Through the exit for Ascari. This time it looks a lot more smooth. Less like last time for his teammate. Let's see, McLaren looking for that first row. Is it going to be a McLaren second and third? Is it going to be a McLaren 1-3? That's going to be the question through the last corner. Here we go then. McLaren looking comfortable. Is McLaren going to try and score a pole position? Needs to be at 19.2. He can't do it. Set to 19.6. Meanwhile, up a tenth or two a second in the middle sector. That was the Alfa Romeo then through the last corner. Can he get himself around about 5th, 4th position? He needs to find a couple of attempts because the line does improve, but not by enough. In fact, 500 was down on his lap time. Devil not on the lap time either. He's just 13 seconds down. We're just waiting for the last drivers. That, of course, the Mercedes-powered Williams car. 1,000th up in the first sector. What can he do in the second sector? Yellow flags flying. That is just cars getting out the way. Well, not of the McLarens, I think. not on a lap, so it's all down to bragging rights then for the Red Bull, and he gets his lap time invalidated for good measure. 2 temps up, however. Indeed, well, we're just waiting to see then until we get official confirmation. Makes all know who drives the penalties. I don't think they do then. So young Chazza on provisional pole position. They demand to improve his time still nonetheless. 1:19.286 is total time, of course, but was up by a 10.5 overall. Second position then for the McLaren pairing then, and that is of Bayern Juska and Freddie Terrell. Second and third for those two. Fabian in a brilliant fourth for the Haas driver. The Williams in fifth. That is Fleek, who has rather decided to rear-end the McLaren because the AI doesn't know what he's doing, and there goes the tyre for good measure. Oh dear. Well, young Beleflen, he's in sixth position so far. Not too bad for the Alfa Romeo. He is ahead of the Mercedes then of Frico Villa in seventh position. Devil in eighth. MFC in ninth, and MJ down there in 10th position so far in qualifying. Indeed, so it's going to be a clean start then. Now remember, of course, the run down to turn number 1, it is one of the longest, however, it's probably one of the slowest turn 1s of the season. Quick right into the quick left, of course. It's braking from about 200 miles an hour come full speed mode, about 180 miles an hour, give or take, I think, from a standing start. So it could be very interesting down there into turn number 1. What's up for third position as well? Indeed. Well, 13 seconds to go then until we get ready to go. But young Chaz, like I said, on pole position by over a tenth of a second. 2 tenths further back. Third position, the second of the McLarens, of course. Down the back here over 1.6 seconds nearly off the pace. And you've got to say, NJ, really want to be improving, hopefully, for the next couple of races. But just shows how competitive the top 2-3 drivers are compared to the rest of the bottom half of the top 10. Yeah, let's get ready to go then for the race. So it's going to be, of course, all 17, I think 18 drivers will start this race. Of the 17 that qualified, due to one entering a little bit late. Session starts in just 27 seconds. And who do you think, you two, are going to win this race? I don't know what they say. Never count your chickens before they hatch their eggs. As you get on the grid then for 5 red lights very quickly into this race, however. So 5 lights are on. And away they go. And everyone at the back looked like quite a few jump starts there. But down towards turn 1 we go. And that is the Haas, who's got an absolutely brilliant start. Almost 3 abreast in the background then. The Red Bull leads then for the Haas. There's a huge drama in the background. I think one car off, a Ferrari off the road, I think. Down the back, but it's the Red Bull leads them from the Haas. Then comes both the McLaren boys in second and third position. Third and fourth position, might I say. But yeah, looks like down the back, Animatic and Sir Vapor involved in an incident down there. But so far, Red Bull leads, Haas in second. Safety car called, and I believe, yeah, they Renault then. One of the 2 Renaults off the road. And a huge drama down the back of the grid. And one car only just managing that. So front wing's gone on Animatic. So Vapor's lost his front wing. Looks like the Mercedes has damage as well. Front right end plate, the Alfa Romeo's got damage. So it looks like does the Ferrari as well. I think pretty much the bottom 7-8 drivers all have some kind of damage. Ninth position
for the Williams and Ferrari.
Yeah, so that, I think that was for a jump start potentially. We did see a few jumping earlier on, so it's always interesting then. How many people are we going to see in the pit then? I think definitely 11th downwards. So they're going to probably set on the hard compound tyres and then go straight to the end of the pits. Yeah, we can see the app. So 1, 2, 3 in the pits there. Let's see what tyres they end up going on, however. Indeed, so
MSC down for the 5-second penalty for speeding on pit road.
Yeah, so Garnett's laying down there. Luckily, the safety car out, but you can see, look, how many people. It's the top, pretty much 10th downwards, all in the pit lane for some kind of damage on the first lap of this 27-lap race. However, no driver out of the race, luckily for us, though, so we'll have to have a look through that potentially later what happened. Just looked like the jump start, and then they all kind of got bumped stop down towards the first chicane. There was contact. I definitely saw a Ferrari skirting off left. However, could be interesting. Exactly. Well, exactly what I said earlier. Watch out for that second row, third, fourth, fifth position. Sometimes you get big starts, and well, Fabian got himself now. The question is, can the Haas try and do anything about that Red Bull? And the question is, though, especially looking down the back of the grid, we've got the Williams, I think, of Fierke there down in 10th position. He's gone on the hard compound tyres. Now, this could be more interesting because he is the first driver who has stopped, if I'm not too mistaken, of the rest of the field. So he could go to the end of the race. It's always a possibility. I mean, he's got, what, the medium and the soft, so Free Colour will have to stop yet again in this race. He can't go to the end. So, as the Haas goes spinning around there. That very unusual. You don't often see that on anywhere really. I mean, sometimes you see it in real life, but very uncommon. Through the first chicane, blast too much power on, so that's going to be a little bit embarrassing. Softs again. You let everyone out to me what they've got. Others have got mediums now. From my experience, the medium tyres, they can do about 20 laps, so it's going to be a tall order if they can go all the laps. And look, we've got 3 laps under safety car. It's in this lap then. So, let's get ready to go. What's out for cold tyres? It's the Red Bull's going to lead them away then. Unlike real life, where it was, well, technically a Red Bull, it was the AlphaTauri who ended up winning a race so far. Red Bull in things, and we got collisions somewhere down the back. And looks like the Ferrari. Now, is he damaged the front wing again? Yes, he has damaged that front wing again. So he's going to have to stop yet again in this afternoon's race. So if it's gone from bad to worse for the Scuderia, it's definitely going from worse. And there's someone else who's had contact with someone down the back. So they're all getting into all sorts of trouble. And they've left it very late here. And everyone's got caught up more contact. That's the McLaren. And the second Red Bull in trouble. And then you can see debris flying ever down the straight, but we're on the way yet again then. It's a good start from Firikic, who's already up into 6th position, up the inside into 5th position then. Good start from the Williams driver. Wants to be careful of the Red Bull on the inside though. No front wing, and then the McLaren going off the road. Utter carnage. Yep, definitely. And then it's the Alpha out. Yeah, he's got damage. Good start as well, by the way, must say, from the Mercedes. That is a freak there. He's already up into 4th position from that start. Now, remember, he's kind of almost out of position because he'll have to make that later stop. Yellow flag still flying. That's the Merc in the wall. And that might be another safety car. Safety car again then, so before that could happen, double safety car. Now this is going to be a blessing. Surely everyone's going to come in the pit lane now. The top guys, oh surely, will come in for the hard tyres. Top 3 staying out. Top 4, well they're pretty much all staying out of course. In comes the Red Bull. Now this is a blessing in disguise for him. It's a blessing in disguise for NJ as well as Paul. He's going to get another shot at this. Look, we got how many cars in the pit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. All in the pits yet again. The Renault with damage. The McLaren who's got damage earlier on. Now he should, I imagine, he'll probably set another set of medium tyres. Maybe even the hard compound. Now he's just waiting, I think, a time penalty as well. Indeed, well, I expect the safety car coming around lap 8 then. So, like you said, I mentioned earlier, safety cars breed safety cars. And so far, we have got only 1 full lap by technicalities, if you count both half the laps you managed to get into the safety car. So, that's that. One of the Alfa Romeos, meanwhile, going a little bit wide. That looked like that was either Espion or Yungif. Down the back, then both of the Alfas running in 7th and 8th. One of them running a little bit too wide for the exit of the Lesmo 2. Now, you've got to wonder, like, for young Kazza, was that kind of his fault? Did he back them up too suddenly? Because he should have really backed them up way before, but he kind of backed them up coming to the start line. That kind of caused the chain reaction. Do you guys think that might have been kind of the cause of that drama? Indeed, well, maybe the hubris, maybe the anticipation for a start. However, oh, you know what, right now, the Williams, possibly in the best position right now. Youngif in the pit lane on the soft tyres, so that's put him down the back of the grid. As long as the Williams doesn't end up losing his wing, keeps it clean, doesn't get caught up in an incident, he's got a really good shot at winning. Because, I mean, the nearest guy to him, he's pitted, that is the second Alfa Romeo. That is of Espion, down in 7th on the medium compound tyres. Now he should be able to go to the end of the race now. 23 laps those tyres would have done by total, of course. However, remember, 2 of them now under the safety car. So easily could be possible to go straight to the end of this race. Further back we got Vic. Now he's got a penalty, I believe, is he not, just then? Yeah, the Haas, Vic Dwarfers. I think he just got a penalty. 3 seconds.
That'd be on.
Indeed, everyone's getting rubber bunched up here, and that is the Williams survey, but really wanting to try and get through here. He's a little bit desperate, pulling alongside him. He's trying to give him a bit of a trick here, and he might be careful doesn't get himself a penalty for that one. Going to be kind of one in line, of course, not be all side by side trying to one jump each other under the safety car. And this is always an issue, especially under formation of everyone's just so desperate. They all just want to get themselves back going, raring to racing, which is good to see, but they've just got to take it easy, take it cool. Know that if you're being silly, you're going to get another safety car, then another one. So they want to be careful. You had 2 already. How many more do you think we might get? Yeah, he does. Good spot. Again. So, luckily... Yeah, there we go. More in the pits. 1, 2, 3, and Vink. Now that... Yeah, came in too late then. Decided against it. So he's come in behind the Williams of Sir Vapor. And let's see, is that car got damaged potentially on the front end, I wonder? Because it's very odd for him to come back in. And that's serving a stop-go penalty for the pair of them. More penalties. You're starting to wonder, of course, why are these drivers all bunching themselves up so much? I mean, look at them. The top 5 positions, they're all far too bunched up. Do you think they should really just kind of back off, give themselves a bit of space? Because right now they're all getting so close together, and as soon as someone breaks, it's a chain reaction. You've got no chance to avoid it. Oh. Now, let's see. Red Bull didn't do this perfectly last time. Now, this time, he wants to really back the field up. Just make sure that we're all nice and slow. Then get a good exit out of the last corner at the parabolic. If you do it too early, of course, you're just going to get themselves caught. And again, you can see, look, he's just wanting to go straight away. And this is costing him time. He's trying to go now, but look, he can't go because he's going to catch the safety car. And look, it's going to be the same again. Everyone's going to get themselves completely caught out due to this. And look, the rule's going to arrive at the last corner. The safety car's coming in now. They haven't done this correctly yet again the second time. They failed the safety car restart, and again, here we go. They're all going to bunch up. I think they all get away with damage this time. I think it might have been the Williams that are trying to come through all the way up into 5th position. That's as a Felica then up to 5th position. Off the road, that is the Red Bull running into the rear end of him. That punched him off the curbs. Might give him a pen if he's not careful. There's Freddy going wide as well as the AlphaTauri blasts way through. But already Carnage is in this first stage of the race. Yellow flags for Devil Fan, it looks like down the back. He's gone spinning again. But other carnage going on as he come through the Roger. Fabian and Freaker side by side through the corner. Bit of argy-bargy. More argy-bargy on the exit as well as they make contact. Here comes the McLaren now having a look at the inside. There's more contact. There goes the mark off the road. And he might collect another car, and there's a McLaren involved. Big carnage involved, and that might be a safety car straight away. And more drama. There goes Animatics off the road. Yeah, definitely. Let's see, Red Bull damage. He's staying out then as that is yep, Haas in the pit lane. Now the scheduled stop for medium tyres. That is now, of course. Want to come in for mediums, you do now. Must say Williams should get past the Red Bull. Red Bull's got damage, of course. The Williams just trying to keep himself clean, just trying to keep himself out of trouble. Yellow flag sector 3, and I'm wondering if that's just for people coming in the pit lane. It is. There's Animatics coming in the pit lane. He's got damage on the front of his car. No front wing as he enters the Mercedes there on cue. And that was an unsafe release from the Mercedes. However, was that a drive-through from Animatics, actually? Yeah, it was a drive-through. It's the second one, I
Freddie
think,
got
isn't it?
bumped. Another restart by Viola.
Yeah. So penalties, breeding penalties, of course, and that could be an issue in this race as we go on. Yellow flags, and that is for now. Who's that is going into the wall? That is the Alfa Romeo in the wall, virtual safety car. So he couldn't go in, couldn't go in. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, he's putting it like it's a yeah, he's gonna get disqualified and he's left the session, so he's not happy at all. Speeding under the VSC, gets himself a penalty. Penalty, like you said, that was for Devil Fan in the pit. Then he's gone for a new nose, but has got a penalty as well. And we're now green, like you said, so everyone back underway. Then the Haas boys, 9th and 10th position, lagging them way through into turn number 1 and 2. So far up the road, though, it's the Red Bull, 3 seconds up the road from Freddie to Real in the McLaren. Now, a missed opportunity to come in the pit lane because those tyres will be scorching. You could have got a free pit stop, undercut the leader, but right now, your technical leader, that's the Williams in 3rd. Yeah, maybe further down we've got the Ferrari, the Alfa Romeo and the Williams all battling together. The back market teams in Formula 1 all still together so far. Right now the Ferrari trying to get past the Alfa Romeo. The Alfa's decided he wants to have enough of that and come with the pit lane. But guess what? Here comes the Williams straight through then. Well, the Ferrari says, aha, I'll take 1 position. The Williams goes, no you don't, I'll have that back. And back down to 7th he goes. Well, he's pulling away right now. That's Joe, mainly because the 4th position driver, that is of course, you can just see the understeer he's got right now. But he's got enough pace to keep himself ahead of NJ. NJ now, he's got the DRS. He should easily be able to sliver one down the inside and towards turn number 1 if he gets to toe. Corey, meanwhile, just got past Epion then. That's for 10th and 11th, last position for the points. As over the curbs, they can't want to be careful, losing the rear end there. So, well, if I was NJ right now, I'd just be kind of just relaxing a little bit. No, more than anything right now, that you're kind of going to get past eventually because this driver, he's got damage in the front wing. He's going to be understeering off the road. He's got now going to have a lot more grip, but he just doesn't seem to have the pace right now. I mean, what? Credit he set to 124.5. They're saying very identical lap times, but the guys up front, I mean, especially for Liquor, he's pulled a 3-second lead near about on these drivers already, and that's only been past, what, 2 laps? Too far back. Textbook then. Forced him to go deep, of course. Rebel hasn't got the downfall, so you can see, look at the understeer he goes. And already, as soon as he gets past, look at the gap he's pulled. In 1-2 corners, he's already gone up the road. And the Red Bull, he won't be able to come back. Look at it. I do not believe he shouldn't be able to come back. Like, never say never, of course. He's got the DRS, he's using his ERS. Now, NJ will have to cover him slightly because he'll dive down the inside. But no, he hasn't got the downforce to go down the inside, of course, so has to sit back, relax a little bit. And, yeah, there we go. Straight back through all that hard work, then completely undone, because guess what? Straight back through then. And that is not what you want to be doing if you want to be trying to challenge, well, definitely for the podium. Yeah, Freddie in the pit lane then. Let's see side by side through the last corner. That's between these two. Is Freddie going to come in the pit lane? I don't think he wants to come in. Let's see, NJ down the inside to be able to stop it this time around. Then indeed he does. Rebel trying to give his nose. They make contact there, and this is just going to allow the Williams to sliver on around the outside. Gives them absolutely no quarters. Mercedes off in the background. I think that is free kill if he's gone off potentially. Indeed, he has lost the front wing. Yeah. "15 laps, normally the window for those tyres. Right now, though, it's looking all good. It's all in the ballpark right now for Flicker. It's also looking very good for the Racing Point as well, as long as he doesn't drop it, which he almost does. And here goes Sir Vapor then. So right now, Williams running themselves second and potentially third if Sir Vapor goes to deliver a run around the outside. Looks like he's got the pace. Brave stuff to do it. We'll get the DRS, of course, for added bonus or down the straight. Now we'll just pull alongside him. Should easily be enough then. DRS versus no DRS. Nice close stop between them. Now let's see. Is NJ going to try and sliver on back down the inside in frustration? Thinks better of it. So right now, second and third. And by technicality, I think a net 1-2 right now for the Williams team. Yeah, soft tyres. Wet tyres for that's an interesting strategy. Maybe he knows something we don't know. As well, he's ghosted, so he's obviously made a mistake there, I think. So that might explain that one. Getting lapped as well on the pause menu. That's a possibility. But alas, on the wrong tyres, though he's pushing 200 miles an hour on the wet tyres. Pretty impressive stuff in the dry. I mean, I don't imagine they're doing very well. I imagine they're pretty warm. Red Bull stays out there, and that 14 laps on those tyres. Now, due to the 6 laps of the safety car, I imagine he should be able to go to around about lap 20. 7 laps seems to be the pit window for those soft compound tyres. Second position now, 9.1 seconds down. Sir Vapor around about, what, 18 seconds. It's a, what, 20-something seconds stop. Should release them around 7th. The question is, though, it's going to be interesting. He might be able to get up to third, but second place, he's another 10 seconds up the road from his teammate. I generally think Felica might have this, unless, of course, we get a safety car, which you can never say never in these races. We'll be nearing disqualification, I think, soon. I think you can get about 15 seconds worth of penalties before they will consider that. Yeah, Vapor penalty, 3 seconds. I think that's his second of the afternoon. And so far, it is Young Chazza staying out for the time being. That 15 on those tyres, they're doing okay right now. Now, I'm wondering what the tyre graphics probably be looking like right now. I imagine they would be rather much more... yeah, they're more than second hand right now, and I imagine he probably wants to be coming in, I reckon, next 2-3 laps, because if he just stays out, I mean, what, Freddie 22 seconds back, he's taken 2 seconds out of him now, so he's not going to come, he's going to be very close if he comes out in the lead of this race. He needs to come in soon. Yeah, they seem better days indeed, like you said, like I said, we fear these tyres are going off. Now surely now he's got to come on the pit lane, unless he's trying just to wait for a VSC, a safety car, but by the looks of it, it's going downhill from here. So he's going to have to come in. Let's see. Stays out. Yeah, Freddie with the penalties. So I think everyone's getting penalties right now. Now Freddie on the back of Enzo. They've just passed Trinity then in the Red Bull. He's struggling with that lack of front wing, of course. 20 seconds behind, and he's going to be on the back of the Williams in a minute if he's not too careful. Gets straight past the Racing Point. Should be pretty easy in the slipstream. First lap of this motor race as well. 1:22.1. Let's see. Sliver on down the inside. Should be able to do that on the brakes. Late braking then. Let's see. Racing Point gives him the open door, and he takes it. Yeah, meanwhile, Red Bull finally at the pit, and that is a quality. Yeah, finally deciding he has had enough and decided, you know what, I fancy coming in the pits finally. So he's bailed out of it. Yeah. I'd like a new front wing, please. And straight through he comes. The Red Bull team goes, yes, you can. However, your teammate who's struggling might have a bit more than a front wing if he's not too careful. He might need a new pair of pants if he's not too careful as well. 7 seconds, 6.9 right now, second position. Rapidly closing this guy in. He's 49%. Surely now he's got to come in. It is finally. And see where's Freddie. Freddie will easily jump him. You know what? NJ will jump him as well. He's going to be down about 4th, I reckon. And see Red Bull crew need to do their job. Now, and meanwhile, that is Delfan getting past Brian Euclid, so the McLaren dispatched by the Racing Point. A little bit of a lock up there on the front right of the tyre, won't do him too much harm either. Quantity, meanwhile, another 3-second time penalty for the Red Bull driver on the soft tyres. So both Red Bulls now on the same strategy, ironically enough then. So, see what they can do. Yeah, Shazza.
Oh!
Front wing. And there goes the Red Bull. Straight through. I cannot confirm, yeah? I think, yes he has.
Yes.
Front left end plate on second position has gone. Yellow flags, and that's the other McLaren in trouble as well. And what's happened down there? Well, if you're a second position right now, I mean, you've got, what, 8 laps to go. You've got, what, 7 seconds to Fabian, then you've got a huge gap down to Devilfan. You'd stay out in these conditions, wouldn't you? Seven seconds. Needs to be a second and a bit quicker per lap now, land at the rest of the field. So a tall order. Yeah, looking good for the second Red Bull now then. So after driving around front ring earlier on, his teammates in the wars, he's what? How many seconds back? About 24. So if Chazza wants to come in and get that front nose, he still would come out in third. Yeah, it would, yeah, seems so. I mean, those hard tyres not really working well, but the leader, they'll be what, 24 lap old hard tyres by the end of this race, should be easily comfortable. Looking through the rest of the field, the other Williams, where's he? Down in 10th position after that issue that behind both the McLarens now as well. Almost up to 4th really, give or take. So a big line of cars. And Sir Vapor. Yeah, Sir Vapor. Oh, Ferrari. That's Polo's gone wide into Ascari there, as that Sir Vapor who just recently got past the other McLaren. That should be streaming past the Ferrari, I reckon. Let's see. Is he going to sliver on up the inside? Ferrari holds his line through Parabolica, where it lost the rear end earlier on. It wants to lose the rear end here in sim racing. Just about keeps his nose in check then, the Ferrari. He's going to have that Williams all over the rear end of him. Now, we'd say, is the Ferrari going to go? He's just going to keep the middle of the road. Williams looking one way, then the other. Now he says, I'm going to have the inside line. And let's see, can he get down the inside? Just about has to cut the corner for good measure. McLaren gives him a bit of a nod on the rear end. The Ferrari just stays up the road. The other McLaren meanwhile in trouble. He's battling away with the two Racing Points who are having a little bit of an entourage of each other. Yeah, 3-second time penalty, so you won't want to be getting too many of them. Yeah, Racing Points holding each other up there, and they're almost kind of bunching themselves up. Here we go, then down the straight. Now, the Racing Points got to work together. They're going to push each other along, force him to go right to the inside. He's going to try and cover him as much as they can. They're going to be three abreast. They're down the straight then. 1, 2, 3, and just about they all survive then. Right goes the Racing Point through the inside there. Conti got the exit, and he'll get one. You know what? He'll get the other one as well on the exit. Chaz a 3-second time penalty up front, so he's in trouble as well. So, drivers pushing on hard, however, they're just getting themselves caught out in issues they don't need to be doing. Right, as well, here we go. Williams on Racing Point. They've all got DRS on that McLaren. Let's see, though, Racing Point's forced to go to the inside line. DRS, he might just get a bit of a toe off the car ahead now. Is he going to try and brave it on the outside of Ascari? Thinks better of that one. Try and concentrate through the exit. Get it too much on the curbs, however, but NJ got a worse exit now. He'll sliver on around the outside. Trying to get the slipstream all the way up to the inside here. Maybe you make a dive to the last corner. You can do it. However, I think just a bit better of him. Just try and go around the outside. Get a better exit. Get a better line. Should just be able to go around the outside now with the DRS as well. Should just be able to do it. Then down the straight. Racing Point versus Williams. They both, I think, have both got DRS, I think. No, he hasn't. The Racing Point doesn't. Let's see Racing Point then. Can he go back down the inside? Can MJ do it? No, thinks better of it. And now we'll lose it. Too much power on the exit. Easy to do, of course. Skips around the chicane. That'll jump behind the AlphaTauri of Corey. Then he's now up to 10th position in this race. Yeah, indeed he actually is. It's a good spot. So outside of those racing points is the racing point. "11 seconds? Oh, 21 seconds behind. Well, 11 seconds give or take. And those tyres definitely second, third hand almost now. Double lock up on the front of that car. Lap 24. You can afford though. You can just afford just to go slow. Just take those tyres. Just make sure they don't get a puncture. Yeah. Like I said though, Chaz is not really much better. Those soft tyres, they can only do about 8 laps give or take normally before they fall off. So you know what, he's in a good position right now in the other Red Bull. So far, 4th position. He's quite far ahead of the McLaren battle now after they all switched around. Field's starting to spread out finally. A little bit of cool air going all around the circuit. Lap 24 of 27 in the pits comes Devil's Fan then for a pit stop. Now is he going to go for the fastest lap, I wonder? We never say never, of course, as there goes Freakover going past. He's, of course, out of the race. He's a lap down, pretty much, so pretty much out of contention of the race. Meanwhile, back up towards the front of the grid, and it is Sir Vapor in 6th position, starting to close down that 5th of the McLaren. 1.4 seconds between the two of them. These two who collided earlier on might have a little bit of personal history now between them, so we'll see if they close up on each other. Anything can happen. But so far, up front, 10.5 seconds up the road, losing about half a second a lap, but it's looking good, looking comfortable right now for the race leader. Williams, so far, it's going to be pretty much of a fairy tale story right now. Started pretty far down the grid, so far puts himself pretty high up on the order. Well, up 4 positions, up 11 though for the other Red Bull, that's a credit. So Vapor also up 11 positions, so both of them incredible starts. Oh, at the inside, that's the McLaren. Thought of it. Thought better of it, though. Just about realised that door was always going to close. Backed right off at the last corner. 1 lap and a little bit to go. One lap to go. So, race leader running in front. The Ferrari goes wide, and that might just allow the AlphaTauri to go slithering past. Does do so. 2 ambits on the brakes. And that is your net result. Yellow flag sector 3, and that is the Red Bull. Red Bull off. And when he was doing so well, he's off the road. So behind, I think, 1-2 cars in the wall. That is the Williams. Sir Vapor in trouble. Front wing is gone. Don't know what happened there. Too wide. Damage. Now, this is only allowed NJ to come through. Now, how much damage? That's the entire end plate. Completely shot off. But he still will. Alfa Romeo, what? All the way down. He's not even coming through the last corner yet. He might get away with it. He's at the end of the pit lane. Takes a 5-second time penalty as well. You know, he's going to lose that. He's going to lose it. I think it'll be very close between the pair of them, but that is not what he wanted to do. He probably should have stayed out. He might have got a bit more time out of it, but alas, not to be. 7.9 seconds. Gap's coming down up front, but I think it's a little bit too much to say it. Indeed, well, the state of those tyres, though, they're absolutely shot. He's going to be taking this lap. exit. And he resets, and that's going to be damage, of course. You know what? So Vapor might get some points, you know, out of this still. Let's see. I don't think he'll come in the pits. Indeed. Well, meanwhile then, just coming through Ascari. Just coming through the right. Just coming through the left. He's got one more corner to go. The car looks like an absolute mess right now. 3-second time penalty for his teammate who's caught. Well, for his fellow rival who's catching right up with him. He's only going to finish, what, about 5-6 seconds behind. He's taking more and more out of him per lap. But it's too little too late. Round the last corner. Here comes the Williams. Fleetglen comes to the line. And on a day where Williams celebrate the last race as the Williams name, Williams is on the top of the podium here. Credit tape. You know, 4th for NJ. You know what, Corey might get some positions on it. Corey doesn't then in the end. Palo, he'll finish 8th. Now it's waiting for the rest of the field, of course. So we've got a 3-second time penalty for Sir Vapor meanwhile. So he's been pushing the limits just at the end. Through the last corner, here comes the McLaren. He might be struggling, of course, with the damage he had earlier on. But he's going to cross the line nonetheless, finishing 9th. He did what Sir Vapor could not. Sir Vapor then is going to go 0 points in a race where he should probably. He does get a point then as the last corner. 11th. Ah. He got it and then he was kicked straight back out. And Credity, driver of the day. Can't fault him, of course. Well, Williams at the top step of the podium then. First time since 2012, technically, has stood on the top step of the podium, but in sim racing, probably Williams has stood on the top many times in the past. An incredible performance, like, for all of them. But it is Felica then, who managed to get pole position from Jan Chazur in 2nd. Fabian in 3rd from NJ in 4th, Freddie in 5th, Credity in 6th, Corey in 7th, Paul in 8th, Baron in 9th, we've got Devil in 10th, Vapor in 11th position ahead of Epion in 12th. Further down the field, Vink, Freakola, and then we've got Animatics, Yungi and MFC down there in 17th. And now I shall quickly invite people for the interview box. So do hold on there for the blue screen as I invite the top 2 so far then for the interviews with our Mr. Interview Man. He's been nice and quiet today.
I was just trying to stay out of your thing. I was listening to you guys like I was watching the race.
Enjoying it?
Yeah, I was. Really, I did enjoy it.
Now, what did you think of that race then, Mr. Ted Kravitz?
I feel for young Chaz. He had it in the bag, and from my viewpoint, Sir Vapor just stopped basically on the back stretch. Freddie drove straight into him, came over. Chaz tried to split the two, and Freddie kind of came down for the pit and clipped his wing, and that was it.
Indeed. Well, I'll let you do the interviews then.
Alrighty, cool.
Yo.
Bakura, can you hear us? Oh, Curidity's in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, you were driver of the day. Tell me about what you saw out there.
Oh, damn. Now, out there it got crazy at first. When it was 2 safety cars came out, and then I don't know what happened, but at the first start, I got a crazy start. It felt like everybody just stayed where they were at, and I just took off, and I got off to P7. Ended up moving up through the course, and then I had 2 pit stops, and then I had a messed up wing. And
Right.
Freddie was pushing behind me hard. And then I spun it at the end.
Man, you
Yeah.
took off like a SpaceX rocket. It was crazy. So, how was it driving with that wing damage? It seemed like you held it together for a decent part of your run there, and in the end, as the tires fell off, you really seemed to have some understeer. Is that kind of what you felt?
Nah, yeah. When with the wing damage, it was bothering me a little bit, but I was just trying to get through it. Trying to push through so I can get to pit and then change my tires. And then at the end, it was a lot of understeer, and I was trying to get by to the end of the race without letting Freddie get by me. But he's quick too. So and then I spun it, which that put me in the wall. But I'm good.
That was awesome, man. Well, you got 8 points. I think you and Chazza got a real shot at putting together some podiums this year. You guys were
we're
quick,
trying.
especially in the qualifying, man. So, man, thanks for joining us, man. Good race.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you guys for commentating too.
Right, well, does it seem we have anyone else to interview?
Correct. He did not join.
He didn't join, so I suppose I shall round off the stream then. So, thank you everyone for joining us today at old sunny Monza here for the Italian Grand Prix. Join us next week where it is somewhere else in the beautiful world of motor racing. Until then, I have been Evil, Booger has been Booger, and good old our other guy, who I've forgotten the name of because I'm terrible. Hold on. Adam has been Adam. There we go, my brain clicked in. Thank you everyone for joining us. Take care. Good night. Ta-ra.